let's do it. Welcome to Living, Breathing, and Having a Good Time. I'm your host, Sierra Cooper, and today we have Tammy Barber. Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on my show. I'm such a fan of yours because, Tammy was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, which Dallas Cowboys is my favorite football team. So,
no way.
I know, yes,
I
have many of Dallas Cowboy jerseys floating around in my closet. So, Tammy, you've just been through so much. You've had quite the life. I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an only child from the Midwest. I had wonderful, wonderful parents who told me anything is possible. They gave me support and everything. I started cheerleading in the 8th grade, and then or 7th grade. Oh my gosh. Anyway, by the time I got to high school, I had switched mainly to dance because I started dancing at the age of 5. And then, which brought me to the Cowboys. All those years of dance made it possible for me to make the team.
Yes.
And it was incredible. It was a long, long time ago.
So what year did you Dallas? Which year?
I cheered for Dallas in 1977 through 1980. Oh, I just realized
10
my
years
name tag's missing. There we go.
10 years before I was born. Hey, listen, and a star was born. So just tell us, because I've watched the Cowboys. The whole process of you becoming a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, that is really intense. That's like unbelievable.
My first tryout, I believe there were 2,000 new girls trying out, and there were really only 14 available spots. And ours is done differently. Obviously, back then, there was no internet. You had to be in Dallas, physically in Dallas, and you tried out in groups of, I think, maybe 100, and then you made a cut. And then if you made the cut, you were called back to try again. And they whittled it down to 86 girls for the finals. And we were there, I think, at 7 in the morning at Texas Stadium. And finally, around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, they announced the 36. We didn't have to do a training camp. We made the team, and then we started training. So I was extremely lucky to get one of the 14 spots. I had no idea what was going to happen or what was in store. But I did go to a Super Bowl that year in New Orleans, which is crazy because that's where I live now.
I know.
And, excuse me, Texie Waterman was our choreographer, and her dream was Broadway on the field. And so the format that all NFL uses now was the original dream of Texie Waterman.
Okay.
And she had been a Broadway dancer, and so she trained us, and trained us.
I bet.
You had no life outside of the Cowboys other than we had to have jobs. We were not paid what some ungodly figure that they're getting now.
Yeah, they are.
We were paid $15 a game.
Wow.
We were not paid for rehearsals. We were not paid to drive anywhere. You had to have a full-time job or parents who were funding you. I did not. And they only wrote a check at the end of the year for a little over $60 because it wasn't worth it to write $14.12 on a check, apparently. So basically, we went the whole season without getting paid. Now, we did have appearances. We did do the movies. I did Love Boat, 2 movies. I did an Osmond Brothers special. We did USO tours. I went overseas. walked in my father's footsteps, who had been a POW in Korea.
Oh, God rest his soul.
That meant the world to me. And we shared that. And, but we didn't make any money. So to say we were not the best employees is an understatement, because we were exhausted and falling asleep at work. But it seemed like every business corporation in Dallas was letting the Cowboys know they were hiring because they wanted a Cowboy cheerleader in their office. Well, we'd get the job and we'd last a few months, 6 months, and then they were like, you keep missing work and you're falling asleep at work, and so then they would let us go. And so it was very difficult to hold a job for any length of time. Now, a lot of girls were in school, so that worked out well, but those of us who had to have a full-time job to pay for our apartments, our cars, our food, our gas, our insurance, we really struggled. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so great now that they were given enough money to do stuff, and they're all influencers, and it's a magical moment in their lives. And I'm very lucky I get to share that every year at an alumni reunion where 200 of us take the field and dance to our decade. And it is the most magical weekend of the year to be with what we call our sisterhood. Aww. and to meet other girls in other decades.
Well, I bet it was just like a family, you know. I mean, you made so many great connections that lasted for, you know, look, how many years? 47, 48 years? That's crazy.
Yes. And the thing that always makes me cry is when the young girls come up and say, I tried out because of you.
Aww.
And it has been literally a lifesaver for me to have the cheerleaders, because I was diagnosed with stage 3B ovarian cancer back in 2020. Had about a 30% chance of survival. I'm still here.
Hey, when I met you at PodFest, listen, I think everybody needs to understand this. When I met you at PodFest, Tammy, there is not one bone in your body that has a negative bone in it, because you're so positive, you're so fun, you're so happy-go-lucky. You've got awesome taste in clothes,
Thank you.
and you really promote the Cowboys very well between your boots and your little frilly things and all kinds of stuff.
And everything Cowboys, yes.
Everything Cowboys, but
there's so much fun stuff to buy with Cowboys and Cowboy cheerleaders on it, and we just love getting all dressed up.
You just radiate positive, though. So, you know, like when I met you, I mean, the last thing I would ever think is that you went through or going through cancer, because I mean,
I've had over 9 different chemos, and I quit counting infusions after 100 because I thought, why?
Yeah.
So why? I don't know anymore. It's well over 100. Well over. 100 was a year ago, and I'm still in treatment. I get infusions every 3 weeks. Like I said, I call them flavors, 9 different chemo flavors. Ovarian is one of the more serious. Well, they're all serious. They're all scary. But ovarian is a very tough one.
It is. It is.
And it's dear to my heart in many ways, because a couple of the DCCs have passed away from ovarian. One that I actually danced with.
Wow.
So I did get into a clinical trial back in the beginning 4 years ago, and I called it my Kim chemo because I had lost Kim Kilway, one of my DCC sisters, to ovarian cancer. And so my Kim chemo was very important to me to help others. And it's a scary journey, but you do realize then how important your attitude is. I've always said 98% me doing this journey, 2% medicine. I don't Google anything. I trust my medical staff. They're fabulous. They're fantastic. I love my 2 oncologists. I call them McDreamy and McSteamy. And I just don't Google. it would do me no good. I wouldn't understand it. I get PET scans every 3 months, and if it's a bad one, well, we're going to try something new. And if it's a good one, I go celebrate. I celebrate. I meet other cancer survivors. I dance in a group of cancer survivors. I attend a camp. This will be my 2nd year. It's in Montana. It's called Camp
beautiful.
Naked Dream.
Ooh.
It's a long weekend of ovarian cancer survivors. And it really, I was really struggling last year because I was basically diagnosed terminal in 2022. And we were trying new things, new drugs, new this, new that. And when I didn't really know but one other survivor.
Wow.
I got to camp and I sat in a room. I sat in rooms. I hiked. I ziplined. I tried archery with 47 other ovarian cancer survivors. And let me tell you, it gave me the biggest hope and recharged me. I've been accepted again this year, so I'll be in Montana.
Yay, fun. Hey, now listen, you don't get into the whole Rocky Mountain oyster feast, okay? Remember our 20-minute improv? It was hilarious.
Being from the Midwest, I know what that is, and no.
Yeah,
and
no.
It's just breaded, you know.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes.
I don't know why you would want that, but
I didn't know what it was when I was young, and I was like,
in
ew.
the beginning until someone says.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you were how old when you actually started Dallas Cowboy Cheerleading?
I believe I was 19.
And when did you
19, 20, and 21? Yeah.
So was that like because Dallas has always been a wonderful team, and it was, I mean, it's always been big, but I mean, what drew you to Dallas?
Oh, extremely simple.
The outfits.
My dad was the biggest Cowboy fan in the Midwest and possibly the whole region.
Okay.
I am a Rams fan.
I thought so. Yeah.
Die-hard Rams from the age of 8. So I got I was in, my dad, being an only child, I was my dad's son, and I was in a lot of athletics. And so for my mom, I did ballet, and for my dad, I played softball, and we watched football like crazy. So my dad taught me about gambling.
Oh.
I made $25 a week for my allowance.
Okay.
I would get it on Friday, and on Sunday, my dad would bet on the Cowboys. I'd bet on the Rams, even if they weren't playing each other. Now, if they both won, we kept our money. If the Cowboys won and the Rams lost, I had to pay. When they played each other, if the Rams lost, I had to pay. And the first time I had to pay, I was like, Dad, this is all I have is $25. I'm like 8 or 9 years old. And he says, and this is a lesson in gambling. You don't gamble unless you can afford to. And he took my quarter. He took my quarter every time.
Oh,
so
my
there
God.
were weeks that I'd see who the Rams were playing, and I'd be like, I'm not betting. But
So funny.
my Rams have won a Super Bowl, 2 in fact.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And I went to 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys, so it's okay.
Wait, now which Super Bowls? Who did they play? What years?
The first Super Bowl in New Orleans was against the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
We won.
Yeah, thank God.
The second one was in Miami against the Steelers. We did not.
Oh, yeah.
And the Steelers was always a sore subject with us because we had to be pulled off the field in the third quarter because the Steeler fans were throwing beer bottles.
Oh, yeah, they're terrible. Terrible.
So, and the terrible towel was always something that we were afraid of. And I think it's funny now that everybody's got a towel. Every team has a towel because the terrible towel was definitely the Steelers. But I also am a member of the National Football Cheerleading Alumni Organization, NFCAO, and it is NFL cheerleaders from all over the country, and every 2 years we have a reunion. Now picture, if you will, a hotel with 800 NFL cheerleaders.
Wow.
Loud.
That's got to be, yes.
Loud,
Very.
but so fun. It's an absolute wonderful, wonderful weekend. I am now the chairman of the board of the Dallas chapter, so I'm extremely involved in that, and we will be in Miami in 2026.
Awesome.
So, both places that I did Super Bowls, I get to go to.
Awesome. So when you were cheering for Dallas, right? Because I mean, I have this question, but did you you met the entire football team. I mean, you had to have had No?
Weren't allowed to.
Weren't allowed to. Okay.
No fraternizing. No.
Okay.
No
fraternizing.
Now, after we won the Super Bowl in New Orleans, we were allowed to go. We never traveled with them. Not ever, ever, ever. If you were somewhere and they walked in, you were supposed to leave, even if you had been there first.
Oh, wow.
Now, I was a troublemaker, and I disagreed with that rule. So there were a couple times I didn't leave. And one time, I was standing at the bar trying to get a drink, and being short, I'm only 5'2".
Me too.
I couldn't get the attention of the bartender, and suddenly this hand covered half of my shoulder, and I heard, "Are you trying to get a drink, little one?" And I looked up into Ed Too Tall Jones' eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And I should have left, but it's the greatest memory. I got in trouble, but I didn't care. I sat down with 5 Dallas Cowboys and I had a Super Bowl ring on each finger.
Wow.
Now, back then, we didn't have phones that had cameras. We had no cameras. You didn't walk around with a camera. So to me, it's just a photo in my mind. I did get in a lot of trouble for that. But, no fraternizing. No. You see them, you run.
You had to have had like an amazing conversation with each one of them, because when I look at that entire team, it's just so well put together. And now that you guys are drafting new cheerleaders all the time, every season, I mean, are you seeing where the competition for the team is getting even more grueling, to where the pressure is really extremely on? Because I'll tell you, at Dallas Cowboys, you cannot. There is no team with better looking cheerleaders. I mean, and that's the truth.
There really is, though.
They're really. I mean, the outfit. Yeah.
Now that I get to meet so many of them, and we're friends on Facebook, and they show the new girls every year. The girls are beautiful, and they're so talented, and they're so smart, and it's an honor to be one of the people who was in on it in the beginning. As far as the competition, it's like anything. The resources that these girls have now are much more than what we had in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. But the competition is still incredible. I would say that we had girls try out that really weren't dancers, but they had other talents, and so they made it. I'd say now you have to be really well-rounded. You have to have it all. And what's great about the Cowboys is you get that. They train you. They train you in everything. Public speaking, appearances, makeup, hair, just everything. It's all given to you, and you grow and develop so fast, and then you carry it the rest of your life, and it's a gift. It's really a gift. I don't think anyone gets better training in life than NFL cheerleaders, and that's every squad.
So when you guys, so now, like when they go and train, because I mean, they probably get up extremely early. They have an extremely strict diet.
You know, when you work that hard, you eat whatever you want.
I'm sure. I mean, I've watched them kick.
It's my understanding that training camp is only in the evenings now.
Okay.
Which was ours too. I know a lot of squads only practice 3 days a week and then all day Saturday. We were evenings. You had to be there by 6:30, and we practiced depending on what we were doing. Because see, we did different routines every single game. I know Thunderstruck's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And I can't imagine doing it for 5 years. I'm so sick of it, I can't tell you. I know. She said it. But yes, we trained every evening, Monday through Friday. And then Sundays, you're at games 3 to 4 hours early and train and practice and get on the field. Now it's great for our reunions. We get YouTube videos on what we'll be doing. Mm-hmm. So we go there prepared, which is what a lot of the girls get to do now.
Okay.
Before they try out. They get something that they will do at the audition, and they're ready to go.
Nice.
And I think it's great. That would have been wonderful. But it's instilled in you. Now remember, I was 19. And I am 67 right now.
You look great.
When I show up for a reunion, I need to be prepared. Mm-hmm. I'm not learning it there. I go knowing it. I go ready to do my job. It is the craziest thing. 200 girls out on a field, and you could hear a pin drop because we pay attention. We listen to Miss Judy. We are where we're supposed to be, and there's no messing around. Now, as soon as it's over and we're off the field, it's total mayhem and ugly crying because it was so much fun, and your heart's bursting out of your chest. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. The fans give us a standing ovation every time.
That's awesome. My
tears, one reunion, I couldn't catch my breath. I remember leaving the field thinking, it was like the wind was knocked out of me because the reception that the Texas fans give us is so genuine and so amazing. And it's just, they just pick you up, wrap you up, and just.
Well, I gotta ask you this because my mom's from Dallas, right? And so when you were living there when you were young, what's some of your fondest memories out of living in Dallas? Because I imagine coming from the Midwest, right? Because Texas really grabs a hold of you. The people there are amazing. And so do you have like certain memories that you'd like to share that are just like really super cool that maybe you never even told anyone before? You're a troublemaker, so I have to ask.
I'm a troublemaker.
I know.
Downtown Dallas, I always called it the Jetsons because they were the first to have the lit buildings and the different neon colors and everything going on. And my first real experience on interstates and traffic. Of course, then I moved to LA after that, so it's still not fun to drive in Dallas. But, the first time you pull into, what was Texas Stadium? The first time you pull into the parking lot at Texas Stadium and walk onto the field, it's bigger than life. And I will admit, although I didn't want to, the first time I walked into AT&T Stadium,
Yeah.
I wanted to hate it. I knew they called it Jerry's World, and I didn't want to call it Jerry's World.
I agree.
And I walked onto that field and looked at that stadium and thought, when I die, this is what heaven's going.
Spread my ashes on the field.
It is incredible. And to walk out on, and to strut out on that field to our music and do our things together and be there again, it's like you're shot back into the years you were a cheerleader, and it never leaves. It's just the joy, and it outshines almost everything you do in your
So
life.
yeah, no, totally, absolutely. So, I mean, speaking, like of everything that you've done and with the cancer and just everything, what's your, do you want to do anything new or attribute to anything new? Have you thought about anything new business-wise with your podcast, or something that you want to combine or do differently?
Well, I did start Sideline Legends in Their Own Words, my second podcast, to introduce the world to the real human beings that we are. You are often portrayed and thought of as, I always say, I do believe the fans think that we're just fairy dust, and we get in the tunnel and poof, we're people.
Yeah.
We go out and we do our thing, and then we come off of the field, go back in the tunnel, and poof, we're gone again.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, we are extremely strong, educated, powerful women with troubles and heartbreak and joys and ups and downs, and we're real. Mm-hmm. My whole focus of my life is to make all of us be real, because I know the real girls. I know who we are. Mm-hmm. We know who we are. Mm-hmm. And we're portrayed and now on social media, oh my gosh, I love how people who have probably never even been to a game in Dallas or anywhere else,
yes,
has so much advice for us.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? I know. They have something to say.
They know everything.
It's crazy. I'm like, who does this? I mean, you don't get picked on a team like this because you're not good. My gosh, you're like the top of the top. So, for people that are thinking about doing what you did, you obviously had a dance, cheerleading, background. I know a lot of people that think, oh, I really want to do this. They get to a certain gap age, like I call it the gap age, 13, 14, 15, where, they've got these dreams. What would you tell them from your expertise, what to really hone in on and practice and do if they, aspire to do something at that level?
Believe in yourself. Envision that you're there and that you've made it. Never give up. Don't let the negative in. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get out there and you see all these beautiful women and all their talent, and you just, I'm not good enough. Get rid of that. Totally get rid of that. Every NFL cheerleader that I interview say, go for it. Mm-hmm. I want you ladies to go for it. Go for your dreams. If you don't make it, you can come back and try it again, or you can say, that wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. The universe will always put you where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to create magic. And if it's not there, it doesn't matter. It's somewhere. Each one of us has a place to make magic.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And so Now, you said Sidelines is your second podcast. So your first podcast is about the breast cancer and
Not
for
breast cancer,
ovarian. Survivors. And now, besides ovarian, do you also address just cancer survivors, period, just overall?
I do. I started it because, for cancer patients, all cancer patients. It's called Cancer, the Emotional Mountain, and it's literally a journey up a mountain. You can climb and climb and climb and climb, and you think you're almost to the top, and you slide back down into the valley. And I found that as wonderful as medical facilities are, if they haven't experienced the emotional piece, I did get a psychiatrist into my second year, and it was a huge mistake because it wasn't someone who understood. And so I thought, I got to reach out to people and let them know. And it's so funny because some of the things that make me so mad are things that people use all the time. No one fights alone. That's not true. You're always fighting alone. You're always fighting in your brain. Everything that happens to you brings a moment of fear. I have a pain in my hand. I have bone cancer. I have a headache. I have a brain tumor. You fight alone, but there's so many things that you overcome, and you are the champion. And even when you're sliding back down into the valley, you have the power to climb back up.
Oh, there's your kitty.
That's my girl.
Oh, what's her name?
It's my rescue girl.
Oh, she's so sweet. Wow, she's got a little bit of, is that, oh no, that's her collar. She's so sweet. What's her name?
Her name is Sky. I fostered her and 10 other kittens when I lived in, she's giving me the hand. Yes, I'm telling him your story. And I fostered her and 10 other kittens when I worked for Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah. And I think I did a great job by only keeping one.
Yeah, well, I hear you. I'm the same way. I love animals.
Yeah.
You know, you're just really such an inspiration. I mean, really, because I did another interview today. I don't know if you remember him. He was at Podfest this past year. And by the way, he got up and did the comedy just like you. You are so funny. I mean, and it was so funny the way you told it, because it was my first year too. And you're like, yeah, my first year I just got up there and I just kind of stood there like,
Well, to give everybody an idea, we have an open mic night at Podfest.
Yes.
And it's only 5 minutes. It's only 5 minutes. I got talked into it by Kimbrough my first year. And I remember thinking, I agreed to it on a Thursday and it's on Saturday. And I thought, 5 minutes. I wrote a couple things down. I tossed a few things around in my head. Now all of a sudden I'm walking up on the stage and I say my set, and then I still had 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
It is.
You know, it is so scary.
It is. It is so exhilarating, though, after you do it. It's so weird. It is weird.
I don't think your feet touch the ground for a good 24 hours after you do it. And to get up, and everyone there is so supportive. And to get an audience approval and laugh over something that you think is just, real life.
Yes.
Is just such a great feeling.
It is.
Gives you which is why I love public speaking, because, and it's why, sorry, she's really busy with her tail right now. I'm trying to keep her off camera. Oh, you know what? My other screen has, don't do that to mine. I have to put her cat TV on so that she'll watch. Okay.
Cat TV. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Cat TV on YouTube. And
That's so cute.
She wants, if I'm at my computer, it has to be on. But the support you get from people and the adrenaline.
It is. It's crazy.
Sharing your life in front of people is just mind-blowing, and fun, and so fun. So, yeah, I've done it twice, about to do it a third time. And I have an idea of what I'm going to call it, but I'm not telling anybody yet.
Okay.
Gotta be secret.
Okay.
Secret for open mic night.
Man, I'm thinking about it too. There's a lot swimming around in this brain. Oh my God.
It's so fun to look at life through a comedic's eyes.
It is. Yeah.
And just turn things into, real life. And one thing that we've learned in podcasting and in public speaking and in anything you do, if you're authentic, it's going to work.
Yeah, exactly. And, and it takes hard work, being authentic, your heart's in the right place, you're a good person. I mean, that's what I was talking about with that Mike guy, Mike Yonkera. He's got a really weird last name, but he's really funny. And he was an amputee of both of his legs. So he has, yeah, and he's awesome, and he just has such a good attitude, and I think that's the biggest thing, is like no negativity. Just bring the positive all the time. It just really changes your life when you look at it that way.
Yeah, there are so many of us walking on this planet that could give up, lay down, wait to die. Mm-hmm. And some people do, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see another human being go through struggles and how they conquer it,
mm-hmm.
it can't help but fill you with that kind of power too.
Exactly.
That's why I want to share my journey, because I do have those feelings. I do have those days. Mm-hmm. I have those days where I think, sure, is this worth it? Maybe this is, the universe, sure, telling me it's over, and you can really go down a deep hole. But then you go somewhere and do something and step out of the disaster, tragedy, whatever's taken place, or even 10 minutes, and then you realize, I'm expected to go on. I'm expected to make something of this. And those are the greatest people, and you may never even meet one. There are millions of people out there who have overcome things that they don't even really ever share.
Oh, I know.
They just they keep it inside. I make fun of things that people say about cancer because it is hysterical. One of the things that is said to us all the time is, you don't look like you have cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. What would you like me to do? Get
look
oxygen?
Awful? Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, right.
In a wheelchair?
Exactly.
Drool? No. We live in a time where miracles happen.
Yes,
and
I agree.
Whenever I see somebody who, like Mike, that's had a tragedy and is faced with something that they must start over, I admire them so much more than the ones who
give up.
Everything is handed to them, or the ones who give up. The ones who give up, you can't change that. That this is their journey. It's everybody's journey. You get to pick. So many times in your life, you come to the fork in the road. Down here is better. Over here is darkness. Go to the light. Go to the light.
Well, Tammy, I have enjoyed every bit of our interview today, and so I want, listen, besides seeing you at PodFest in 2026, which I can't wait, is we definitely have to link up in Florida or New Orleans before, but for people that are wanting to reach out to you and find you and really, whether it's with the breast cancer or, the Cowboys or anything like that, how can they find you?
Well, I have emails for both of my podcasts. The Cancer, the Emotional Mountain email is c.emotionalmountain@gmail.com.
Okay.
And the NFL podcast is sidelinelegends@gmail.com.
Okay.
Send me an email and I'll get back to you.
All right. Well, I hope to be on your podcast one of these days. I love to talk.
I want you on Sideline Legends to talk about your love of the Cowboys.
Yeah. I've got, oh man, there's so many crushes I have. Oh, those football players are so cute. Oh, I know.
I have crushes.
I bet. Okay. Well, Tammy, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, Sia.
Bye, honey.